Hi there, this is Group 5. For today's project leadership presentation, we're going to talk about the emotional intelligence in leaderships. This is something related to the topic of week 1 in the course. In week 1, the course discussed several perspectives of how to become a leader and achieve leadership. On top of that, we would like to add one more important aspect, which is the EQ. We're going to talk about this from 5 different aspects, and I'm going to go through the first one, the basic concept of emotional intelligence. There are 4 key components of emotional intelligence. The first one is self-awareness. Self-awareness simply means understanding how to feel and how this feeling can affect others in the workplace. And you should be able to recognize your strengths, your weaknesses, and your emotions. The second one is self-management, which refers to the ability to manage your emotions, particularly in stressful situations, and maintain a positive outlook despite setbacks. Leaders who lack self-management tend to react and have a harder time keeping their impulse in check. The third one is relationship management. It refers to your ability to influence, coach, manage others, and resolve conflicts effectively. The final one is social awareness. It describes your ability to recognize other emotions and the dynamics in play within your organization. So now let's take a look at some statistics about the importance of emotional intelligence for effective leadership. So DDI, a global leadership development firm, has ranked empathy as the number 1 leadership skills. Their research reveals that leaders who excel in empathy demonstrate over 40% higher performance in coaching, engaging others, and decisions making. Another research conducted by the Center for Creative Leadership highlights that managers who exhibit great empathy towards their direct reports are regarded as higher performing individuals by their senior staff. So this really shows that there is a positive correlation between empathy and managerial effectiveness. A study also showed that having high EQ can help you become an effective leader, simply because, first, it fosters a positive environment. Second, builds strong relationships. And
Next up, we'll be talking about the impact of empathy in leadership. Empathy in leadership basically is the ability of a leader to understand and share the feelings, emotions, and perspective of others. First is the definition of empathy and its role in leadership. Empathy is the capacity to understand and connect with others' emotions. The ability of a leader to relate to and comprehend the feelings, viewpoints, and experiences of their team members is referred to as empathy in the context of a leadership. It entails paying attention to other people's needs and worries while also showing sympathy and support. Empathy is a critical component of a good leadership because it establishes trust, creates lasting bonds, improves communication, and encourages a productive workplace. Employees are more stress free because they can share their feelings with their boss, which makes the work environment more productive and a happy place to work. Next up, we'll be talking about the examples of empathetic leaders and their impact on team performance and engagement. First is Ratan Tata, a former chairman of the Tata Group, is well known for his compassionate leadership. He put the needs of his workers first and stressed social responsibility. Under his direction, the Tata Group prioritized employee well-being, put into place rules that encouraged work-life balance and offered benefits to staff members. Employee pride, engagement, and loyalty all rose because of this strategy. Next is N.R. Narayana Murthy, who is the co-founder of Infosys. Narayana Murthy is known for his inclusive and empathetic leadership style. He believed in fostering a culture of transparency, respect, and open communication at Infosys. Murthy's emphasis on values and employee empowerment resulted in a highly motivated and engaged workforce, contributing to the success and growth of the company. Third is Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella, who is renowned for his empathetic management style. He has concentrated on building a growth mentality, teamwork, and an empathetic workplace culture at Microsoft. Microsoft has had greater employee involvement and creativity under his direction, which has greatly accelerated organizational growth and success.
From now on, I'll carry forward the presentation by discussing significance of self-awareness. Basically, self-awareness is an essential aspect of personal growth and development. It fosters a deeper understanding of oneself, leading to a greater self-acceptance, improved emotional regulation, and more informed decision making. In the upcoming slides, I will talk about three topics that interconnect self-awareness and leadership. The first topic is the definition of self-awareness and its importance in leadership. The second topic is the relationship between self-awareness and effective decision making. And the third and last topic is about strategies for developing and enhancing self-awareness as a leader. Now let's discuss definition of self-awareness. As I mentioned earlier, self-awareness refers to the capacity to recognize and comprehend one's own thoughts, emotions, strengths, weaknesses, and values. It involves an introspective and reflective understanding of oneself, including an awareness of one's own beliefs, desires, and motivations. Self-aware individuals possess a conscious perception of their own mental and emotional states, as well as an understanding of how these states influence their behavior and interactions with others. The importance of self-awareness make great impact on leadership. Firstly, it helps in better decision making. Self-awareness enables leaders to recognize their own biases and personal limitations, leading to more objective and informed decision making. Secondly, it improves communication. It helps leaders to understand and manage their own emotions so they can communicate effectively and empathetically with team members. Thirdly, it helps for building strong relationships by adapting to leadership styles to the needs of their team members to foster trust and collaboration. Self-awareness also allows leaders to identify different areas for personal and professional growth and development. And lastly, self-awareness acts as a fundamental component of emotional intelligence, which is crucial for effective leadership. Well, there are various strategies for developing and enhancing self-awareness as a leader. First strategy is assessing personal values and motivations. This strategy helps leaders identify their core values and motivations to align their actions and decisions with their principles. Second strategy is about using personality assessments. Decision making becomes far more easier by using tools like personality assessments to gain insights into leadership styles and preferences. Third strategy is introducing leadership development programs. This provides leadership with opportunities for assessment, coaching, and feedback to improve self-awareness. Encourage journaling is the fourth strategy, as it is the habit of keeping a leadership journal to reflect on experiences, decisions, and feelings. And the last strategy is fostering a culture of psychological safety, creating an environment where leaders feel comfortable getting hurt and sharing their thoughts without fear of judgment helps increasing self-awareness.
Practical techniques and approaches for developing empathy as a leader. So it's important to first check in regularly by checking regularly, like asking your team how they're doing, particularly when you're touching base. Start by connecting with them on a human level before getting into the business. Then involve employees in decision making. When there's a major change, seek to gain a deeper understanding from your team. Talk to them, conduct surveys or request their input in business decisions. Show genuine interest in their goals and interest. You can improve the satisfaction by understanding what drives your team to do better. and share your feelings and feelings. Share stories on LinkedIn about when you failed, when you didn't succeed, or when you had to overcome challenges. Show your human side by sharing your feelings and show how your experiences made you stronger and a wiser person. And listen with an open mind. One way to improve empathy in the workplace is to listen. Just don't listen for the sake of listening. Listen with an open mind. Be attentive to what your employees are saying and how they are feeling, and try to understand their perspectives. Empathy is a fundamental quality that distinguishes exceptional leaders. By cultivating empathy, leaders can build trust, establish effective communication channels, demonstrate emotional intelligence, make better decisions, and enhance employee well being and engagement. So, active and effective listening has several immediate and important benefits for organization, including promoting better business communication, help team develop effective communication skills, improve employee morale, use active listening techniques by paying close attention to the speaker's behavior and body language in order to gain a better understanding of their message. Signal that you're following along with visual cues such as nodding and eye contact, and avoid potential interruptions like fidgeting and pacing. It is important to understand others' perspectives, as everyone's viewpoint and the way they see something is different from each other. So it is important that everyone feels respected and everyone's viewpoint is being acknowledged. In order to create In order to build a culture of empathy, leadership must set the scene and lead by example by actively utilizing professional empathy and urging others to challenge themselves to be empathetic. Include empathy in your company messaging and recognize others for applying this value real time. So, lead by example. Empathy isn't something you're born with, it is a skill that needs to be adopted and strengthened. And this regular frequency will create a new company standard, and employees will feel more moved to start building on their individual use of skills. Include empathy in your company messaging and recognize others for applying this value real time. Create a safe space. Empathy is not only about the way we react to another person's feelings, but also how we welcome them. During a discussions, practice active listening skills, make eye contact. Uh, do not end the conversation without having an immediate plan of action to either support the employee or to ensure a similar situation does not occur in the future. Having the hard conversations, this is a big shift for companies over the past few years, but it is imperative that the hard to have conversations are prioritized. So make sure to remove the stigma from those topics in your workplace, whether you get the team together to discuss mental health and psychological safety or inclusivity and equality. Employees need to know that their adversities are seen. Having an open discussion about these challenges now leaves the door open for employees to come forward and acknowledge the whole experience. That is, their the these what would happen if you took a more holistic view when sharing an experience that includes acknowledging the emotional part, but accepting that there's an emotional component to most of our interactions with others. You have the opportunity to adjust your contribution. So these small efforts, in addition to the commitment to continuous improvement, create the foundation for a culture that prioritizes people to make up the organization. So, empathy can lead to higher employee engagement. An empathetic culture within an organization is beneficial for both workers and the leaders. Besides, with empathy, you can create a happier and more positive work culture. This positivity is further going to reflect on employees' morale, results, and the organization's success.
Now, let's discuss the importance of self-awareness in leadership roles and exploring strategy to enhance self-awareness for effective leadership. Self-awareness tools and practice include personality assessments, 360-degree feedback, channeling, mindfulness and meditation, and executive coaching. These tools provide insights into strengths, blind spots, and personal growth opportunities. Reflection allows leaders to gain insight into strengths, values, and alternative approaches, while feedback uncovers blind spots and aids continuous improvement. Self-assessment involves introspection, evaluating strengths, weaknesses, and utilizing tools for a deeper understanding of oneself. Improved self-awareness brings three key benefits to leaders: informed decision-making, adaptation of behaviors, and positive relationship with teams. Maximizing leadership effectiveness involves capitalizing on strengths and acknowledging weaknesses. By leveraging strengths, leaders inspire their teams and dedicate tasks that align with their team members' strengths. They develop self-awareness of weaknesses, actively work on improvement, and seek continuous learning and development opportunities. This is the end of our presentation. Thank you for listening.